kicking off the new year, and I'm excited about today's live stream. I'm gonna be creating and transforming that canvas into a queen of R&B. Yes, it's gonna be a queen of R&B. You'll have to see as it comes to life who it will be, but I'm very excited. I've never painted this portrait before, so you're in for a treat. Before we get into today's portrait, I always want to know where are you watching from. So your city, your state, your country, let me know where that is. And also, once again, let me reintroduce myself. My name is David Garibaldi. I'm a performance painter. I create these large portraits in minutes to music. And if you don't already follow, I would ask that you would consider subscribing to this channel or following on whatever platform you are watching this. Now, I normally create these large 6-foot portraits live on stage, but during these live streams, like what we're about to get into right now, is I'm gonna take my time, I'm gonna share my process, and also I'm gonna take questions from you. So if you are ready to get into it, give me a thumbs up in the emojis, and let's kick off. Paint Life Live, let's go. All right, welcome everybody. So I mentioned we are gonna be creating an icon of R&B. Now, not just any icon of R&B, a queen of R&B. So I cannot wait. Before we kick this off, just want to know where you're watching from. Let me know your city, your state, your country. And also, I love to shout out the artists out there. So if you are an artist or creator, just drop a paint emoji down below in the comments. So not only I know you're an artist, but also, you know, anyone who's watching can shout you out as well. Give you some love that the creators deserve. I'm excited. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into today's Paint Life Live. Let's go. All right. Welcome to Paint Life Live. My name is David Garibaldi, and if you're not already subscribed to this channel, I just ask that you consider subscribing or following on whatever platform you're watching this. Now, today's portrait, I'm gonna transform this blank surface into a queen of R&B. Yes, a queen. You'll have to see who it is as it comes to life. I love when you guess it, but also as I'm creating, I'm gonna share my process, how I'm creating, why I'm doing certain techniques, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, or you can also just ask them. I'll do my best to answer them during this process. Let's get into it. Let's go. So anytime I start these portraits, I always want to make sure the first colors I put down are as loose and free as possible, because the portrait that I build on top of that is going to be based on this blueprint. So for this art, I want to make sure that it feels loose and free. So I'm going to try my best to do that. Right now, creating a queen of R&B. You'll have to see who it's going to be as it comes to life. By the way, wherever you are in the world, I appreciate you joining us today. Let me know your city, state, or country down below in the comments so I can shout you out. Mason, who's operating the camera right now, will let me know. He'll relay to me, and I will shout you guys out as this comes to life. So let me know your city, your state, your country, whatever that is. All right, I'm sorry, we got who? Mikey from Santa Cruz, shout out to you, welcome. Ohio, welcome. Vallejo is close to home. New York City, shout out to you, welcome.
That's what we got for now.
All right, that's what we got for now. Keep those cities coming, we'll shout you guys out. Go along for the ride as we bring to life this queen of R&B. Now with these portraits, I'm always trying to challenge myself on the color theory. So I could always do every portrait in, the normal skin tones as we know that subject. But things like today, where I'm gonna go a little half and half, where it's a little bit of the normal skin tone, but also a little bit more of, a fun color combination, which I'm using from cool to warm. So the cools are everything in the shadow and the warms will be everything in the highlights. We'll see how it works. Again, this is always an experiment every time I do these paintings. I appreciate you coming along for the ride. All right, let's ditch these brushes. Let's go with something a little bit wider. I'm gonna add some texture to the hair. I'm gonna search through these brushes real quick. There we go. Again, thank you everyone who's just watching right now, who's hopping on. I appreciate you being with us. All right, I'm gonna add some purple. Add a little bit of dark gray to it. So the fun part about adding this sort of different color combinations besides the skin tones is you can be a little bit more free with it. With the skin tones, you have to be very exact with the tone, the color, the value, all that. Adding these colors, it just makes it a little bit more fun. But Let's get into the skin tones now because we are gonna start to bring this to life very quick. Like I said, this is a queen of R&B. You see it as it comes to life. Who could it be? By the way, if you're enjoying these live streams, if you ever hop on these, or maybe it's the first time, if you want to see more, just ask that you would hit that follow button, subscribe to see some more. I don't know about you, but I grew up watching Bob Ross, and Bob Ross is a huge inspiration to me, naturally, as you can see. And, you know, I just always thought, like, how cool would that be, you know, just to be able to, like, ask questions and be interactive with Bob Ross. That's kind of the vibe we're going with here. So that I can answer your questions or interact with you during this process. Shout out to the legend, Bob Ross. Make sure that the skin is nice and smooth, that there's not a lot of texture left in it. I don't want to see the brush strokes with the texture. So I'm going to do my best to smooth this out as I go. And I know that because the best way to create texture is to let the black surface show through. So as I'm painting this, I'm trying to actually eliminate as much of the black surface as possible, which is unlike really any of my paintings. This one, we want it to be smooth, we want it to blend. It's like the opposite of what I normally do every single day. And honestly, some of the most challenging portraits are the portraits where the subject has very smooth skin. So, which is mostly, you know, very beautiful women or women that wear makeup. It's usually the most challenging because the dark surface can make it look harsh and dark. And so I'm trying to avoid that as the portrait comes to life. But every portrait has its challenges. Sometimes I don't always hit it, you know? So but that's just because you got to take a risk when you're creating. I'm going to switch up these brushes. I need a little bit more of a finer line as I paint this. So I'm going with a finer tip brush. Get that filled in. Make sure that we're covering surface in a smooth way. Again, we don't want to leave texture behind on this portrait. We want it to be smooth, like this. And sometimes it's not always as exciting. You know, I love portraits when they're full of character and there's wrinkles and lines but some portraits, you just gotta smooth it out. And I'm going to make sure that's blended. That's blending with the colors around it. Add a little bit of a highlight down here to the chin. Secondary light source up here, so I'm gonna add a highlight up there. Mix that brown with the white. Kind of find that color in between. I'm gonna leave a little space right there for the white highlight. So even though it looks like a lot of pieces are missing, I'm just envisioning 1 to 2, 3, 4 steps ahead. As much as I wanna just finish it all for you right now, gotta be patient with this process. We're gonna go back to the white. Now we're gonna add a little bit more highlight, especially to this nose, as you create this portrait of a queen of R&B. Now I'm gonna go and fill in some of the, I have some spots that have not been blended yet, so I'm gonna go back actually with my purple, blend that in. Right. Now let's start working on the lips. The lips are it's a work of art on its own. I'm gonna add some purple with this pink. So people have been asking me to do this portrait for a very, very long time. I appreciate everyone's patience who has asked me this, but we're finally doing it today. We're gonna come back, add some highlights. And also, we're gonna go and mix this with the purple, because again, on this side, you can see we've got this color combination that we're working with. I wanna make sure that that is included in the process. Lips are actually quite challenging. Lips, ears, a lot of different challenging features to create and to paint. So if you have any guesses on who it is, let me know down below as you see it come to life, creating this queen of R&B. Also, if you're watching right now, let me know where you're watching from. Maybe shout out your city, your state, or your country. And once again, if you're just joining us, my name is David Garibaldi. I create these large portraits in minutes to music. We're gonna finish this one up in just a moment. But also, I just wanna welcome everybody who's joining, watching, hanging out with us. And if you're enjoying it, just hit that like button. Whether it's a thumbs up, a like, a heart, just tap that if you're just enjoying the process as this is coming to life. I'm gonna go back to these large brushes. We're gonna add some texture for the hair. What's that?
We're getting a lot of Rihanna.
Interesting. So we're getting a lot of Rihanna, which is not a bad guess, but you have to go further back. So I'll give you another hint. This queen of R&B is not with us anymore. So that's the hint. This queen of R&B, you got to go way back. Keep going back. Not Rihanna, great guess, but not Rihanna. A queen of R&B. All right, let's go ahead and add that eye. So some of the guesses are that it's Rihanna. But again, the hint of this queen of R&B is she's no longer with us. That is the hint. Adding those little details. Go back to the white. Make sure that we're gonna go to add the eye color, a little bit of this brown. Oh, just dropped my brush. Go back to this. I'm gonna add. Now we're still gonna lift these colors up over here. Let's do that right now. I'll grab some brushes. Let's start with the purple. Go to the pink. Let's go to our yellow. What's that?
Where are we going live from?
Oh, so someone's asking where are we going live from? You mean from our studio?
Yeah.
All right, so we're at my studio in Sacramento, California. And we usually do these live streams. We did one earlier, we did one today. So I'm actually doing these all live on TikTok. And then we're gonna share them with everyone else later on. So TikTok, you're getting them first, if that's okay. But yeah, we are live in my studio in Sacramento, California. Let's have a little bit more fun with this. Let's rinse off these brushes. We're gonna start pulling up some of the skin tone colors. There's always a risk when I do this because you don't know how it's gonna look or if it's gonna translate or not, but you know what? Who cares? Let's just have fun painting and take some risks. That's how it should be. Just enjoying the process. So I'm curious, any other guesses besides Rihanna on who it is?
We're getting a lot of Aaliyah.
Okay, so we're getting a lot of Aaliyah, which is correct. So this is Aaliyah. I'm not done yet. So if you want to show love to remember Aaliyah, just hit those hearts right now. We're honoring a queen of R&B, no longer with us, but we are celebrating her. All right, let's ditch that. Let's go over here. All right, let's throw some paint. This is always the most fun part for me. I don't know about you. I don't know if you've ever thrown paint before, if you ever threw it at a canvas, at a wall in your house, but throwing paint for me is very therapeutic. Let's see. Wipe those hands off. Let's get some of the pink. All right, one last thing to do. Let's add that handprint. All right, guys, take one last look at this queen of R&B that is no longer with us, Aaliyah. Check it out. Those of you watching, thank you so much for hanging with me. Someone asked, what does it go for? I don't know if we're selling this one. I think I might keep this. But if you're enjoying this right now, just hit those hearts, hit those likes. Go ahead and take a closer look at Aaliyah, this queen of R&B that is no longer with us. Thank you to everyone who joined for this live stream. Once again, my name is David Garibaldi, and you can always catch these live streams on my channel. And we always play the full-length live stream replays on my YouTube channel, Garibaldi Arts. There she is, Aaliyah. Take one last look. I'm gonna go wash up my hands. You guys keep hitting those hearts. Also, the best way to support these live streams is to either follow or to share it. Thank you guys all for hanging out today. If you have love for Aaliyah, just hit those hearts right now. Just tap those hearts. Drop some praying hand emojis. It's up to you. We're just honoring a queen today. Hope you're enjoying. All right, that is my time today here on Paint Life Live. We do these live streams often. Don't miss one. Be sure to not only follow, but also consider subscribing on my YouTube channel as well. And also make sure you hit your notifications so you get updated anytime we go live again. My name is David Garibaldi. You can follow me at Garibaldi Arts across platforms. But for now, take one last look at Aaliyah, and thank you for joining us for Paint Life Live. Peace. There she is.